innovative content, global audience.
Hi everyone, a very good morning to you. Daddy Chris is here this morning. I hope I'll have some time, some few moments with you guys and disappear. This is the African Renaissance Television and it is Rise and Shine. This is the show where we talk to each other about ourselves. I thought we have improved, but I cannot see that. I left yesterday and I'm back and I'm in the darkness because my powerful women, I don't know what they did. But I'm going to just do what I do best. Today, we're going to take a look at what is happening in the country. Obviously, Senator Natasha is back in town. A lot of changes have been made. I was not aware. I'm sure my people will brief me on what is really supposed to happen this morning. But I'm here to talk about only one thing, and I'm going to talk about it and disappear. And I'm just going to talk about FESTAC 77. That's what I'm going to do. When I finish my show, hopefully they will come and do their element of the show. So this morning is going to be about FESTAC 77, and I'm just going to quickly talk about it. What is FESTAC 77? Why did our forefathers actually go into that? I did a little bit on that the other time. Something led me to that thing, but today I just want to focus on it. And for those of you, like I said, for those of you who are maybe PhD student, master student in arts, I'm sure university students are already doing that. I really want to know what you guys are doing. You understand? Because that is a very pivotal part of our culture or something, and it was an uprising in disguise. FESTAC 77. Let me put it that way. It was an uprising in disguise. And my take is, what did we take from it? Why did our parents even go into it? What was the take? And I am so happy to talk about it this morning. For those of you who are thinking like me, fine. If you go to that wonderful monument in Lagos, I don't need to say it. Oh, I'm going to Lagos. There's a place called FESTAC. So you know that's where the festival took place. That's how much we have then. There was so much oil money playing around. We were able to build a village for that very event. We should be proud of it. Now, our forefathers did just get up and say, it's not even thing of the old. The people that took part in FESTAC 77 are still alive. And when I finish this presentation today, I'll be launching a documentary, a proper documentary on that, where those who are still alive will be given the opportunity to talk about their experience, what they did and what they saw. But for me, as a person that's not looking at the past, present, and the future, I'm only looking at what really happened then. Because I come on the show every day and I talk about how we lost track of who we are. And it's not about blaming the white man. And I only say, what have we done about it? What have we done about it? Actually, our forefathers did something about it. They came together and they said, we have a culture. Have you ever seen that language? The first time Black people and over 50 countries, let's get that very clear. Not just only Nigeria. Let's be clear. They came together to showcase to the rest of the world that we Africans, we had a culture. And I really want to play with a little bit of that image today. You see, this is one of the things you take from that kind of wonderful settings. You understand? I have a lot, and I asked them to do a documentary, which I would have loved to share, but I had some issues with it, so I won't be able to play that. I want them to work on it before we showcase it to the rest of the world. It's too important of a job to mess with. But what it is FESTAC 77 come and gone, and we didn't really want to know why it happened. What do we take from it? And what we today are doing with it. The good thing is 1977, I was already born. I was born in 67. So as of 1977, I was already 10 years old child. I may not be aware of what the world was doing then, because it's not like now, where you have a lot of internet still running around my village doing what I do. But I wasn't a child. I was already in the primary school. I left primary. In fact, at 11, I was out of my primary school already. At 12, I was in secondary school. That's how fast it was. So I wasn't just a child. So as at the time they organized FESTAC 77, I left primary school 78, 79. And I remember I left my secondary school at 83. So you can imagine. So at 77, I wasn't just a boy, a son, a boy, and you carry a toddler. I was already, learning to read and write. I'm not doing primary 5. So I wasn't a child. Anyway, let me see whether I can add some of these people to the show today, because they must have had their own plans to come. Let me quickly add Mary to this broadcast. All right, there's no room for this morning because I'm already infuriated. I don't know why Mary's own is not there. Hello, Mary, can you hear us? Obviously, Mary's not there. Okay, let me bring FESTAC 77 back. Let me bring it back. Yes, I can see Mary, but it's not appearing. I don't know why. Well, like I said, we're going to take a proper look at FESTAC 77. FESTAC 77. Let's take a look at it. And I'm still waiting for whether these young people will be able to join the show. If they cannot join it, I will go with it as I say it, but it will be fair to them to have them on the show if they are here. Okay. Maybe network. Okay. Hello, Mary.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Morning. Yeah. So it's a very good morning from London. I'm sure Abuja is all right.
Yeah, Abuja is all right.
All right. Okay. So what? Anyway, hopefully Asaba will join us. Whatever it is. Well, today I said let's just take a look at FESTAC 77. We'll do the show as we used to do it, and then hopefully we can plan afterwards. Like I said, I've been on this platform every day and every night. I've been talking about our culture. Our culture. When you say the culture of a people, maybe when you go and interview people on your show, say your culture show. What do you talk about?
Okay, we talk about the do's and the don'ts in their culture, the things that are not acceptable in their culture, their type of food. Every culture has their own cultural songs as well. The way they dance, their kind of attack. Most times, one thing that I find more interesting to talk about is their marriage, their traditional marriage, and the laws that bind their marriage. Every culture has their own laws of the spouse when infidelity occurs. Although it's always has to do with the women. The women are always affected when there's infidelity in their marriage. So another thing I love is their food. Every culture has their own food, and it's so amazing. So, and also we talk about the history of how that particular village or that particular community started. Those are the things we get to talk more when interviewing them about their culture.
Yeah. You see, perhaps that is exactly what our forefathers did. When our forefathers did, anyway, they did a little bit better. One thing, do you ask them about their religion?
Yeah,
When
most
you
of them are Christians. We have Christians, we have Muslims. I've not really no, they'll always tell you that Christianity has not come to abolish their normal pattern of worship. They still have the traditional worship that Christianity has not. There are still traditional worshippers in the village, in their communities, which cannot be stopped as well. I think it's still that traditional worshiper that makes us to still call it culture. If they are not traditional worship, I don't think there's anything like culture. Because in
no,
Christianity, I don't think there's anything
culture
like
is bigger
culture.
than that. All
Yes.
right, so I'm happy. So you have these are the areas. When I say talk about the people's culture, these are the key areas. It's just not the food, it's not the dance, it's not, but their spirituality. You understand? What do they believe? How do they worship their whatever they worship? And it's relative, and they have their beliefs. If I want to talk of culture, we're talking of the beliefs of the people. And again, their system of government. Do you have the opportunity to talk about how they govern themselves? Other than forget the Nigerian law, is there a way they govern themselves as a community? Do they have a king? Do they have a chief? How is the community run? Do you explore that as well?
Sorry. You said what?
I said, do you people
Your
look
voice,
at the
your voice.
the way they got? Do they have kings? Do you explain how they what the relationship with their king? How it is still whether it's still relevant today to them, or they move on to the so-called local government? Is that what
No,
happened?
there's there. No, we can't even do away with it. When it comes to king, there are kings. Every culture, everybody I've interviewed, we always talk about their kings. That's what I'm saying. I don't think with only Christianity we would have had what we call culture. It is still this king. Then the people that are always sitting with the king, just like the village lawmakers, those are the people that will tell you that there's something that they call Iwu in Igbo land. That will tell you that this is the law of the land and this is how it will be. So there are still kings in every village. Yes, and remember that every village has
Good
where they
morning.
make money from, how they make money. Good morning, Asaba.
Very
Good
good morning
Good
to you.
morning.
morning, Abuja. Good morning,
Good
London.
morning.
All right.
Good morning. Every village has how they make money. Like the other time, I from the west, we were talking about which is a plantain. So they go to their village. The other time I spoke to someone from Delta, and I was able to understand that fishing, I think they have more of fishing in Delta states. I don't know. That Chris is from Delta State, you can tell us more. So it's another source of them making money as well. And with other things, Bayelsa, they will tell you they have snail, and there's this kind of, I don't know if it's worm that they always saying they have this their water kind of things that they always bring out that makes them to
It's not
earn
water
money in
kind of
their,
thing. It's their way of life. Anyway, I hear what Mary say.
yes,
I
because
think it's very important to understand what culture means. It's very thank you very much. This is exactly what I was looking at. When you talk of the culture of a people, it's not just the dance or the food or the way they marry. Those are the glamour. Those are the aftermath of a culture. The true culture is look at everything. As a journalist, what I've learned is when I talk about an issue, I look at it from the social, cultural, political, economic. When you want to do anything, if you write it down, so your line of thinking can be broader and you can do better. Okay, how do these people socially, culturally, when you say culture, it's all of them, actually all of them, the social, political, economic, and all that forms the culture. That's why the culture is a bigger word to showcase. When you talk of the culture of the people, how do you govern yourself? So perhaps that is someone I want to look at. I want us to understand culture so that we can look at FESTAC 77, what was missing, what was done well, and what should have been done. And perhaps if we understand this, then we can ask questions about what the FESTAC 77 was really all about. Like I said, a culture is the way of life of a particular set of people. And nobody is born with a culture, you are born into a culture. So we don't know anything. When I was born, I was a blank slate. Now, slowly, I begin to learn how my people do things, how they dress, how they do this. All these things are things you learn as a child. So it is very important that our culture form part of what we do. In fact, it's something we cannot avoid. I'm dressed in England like this today. If you go out on the street today, you see young people wearing suits like this with their waistcoat and going to school. That's their culture here. It's their way of life, the way they dress. On Sunday, they'll go to church. They go to the Anglican church. It's their way of life. Now, we know there's a system of government called the king. We have a king in England. It's their way of life. Now, they find a way to feed themselves. It's their way of life. So you cannot be talking of the culture of the British people without talking about how they govern themselves, how they feed themselves, how they get married, and everything. Perhaps when they came to Africa, I want you guys to take note of what I'm saying now. The key element we want to explore in the culture will be the social, economic, political, and also maybe we want to use the word. I don't want to use the word culture again because I see all of them as part of the culture. But let's not forget that there's going to be the way we dress, social, the way we interact, the way we greet. Our language is the culture. Language is an integral part of the culture. So that's why the English man will speak his language. The Scottish man will speak his language. You understand? So all these things are what makes up our culture. Now, if we have this in mind, I don't know whether you guys took note of what I'm saying now. Language is important. The way you govern yourself is important. The way you get married is important. The food you eat is important. You get what I'm saying? And most importantly, how do you get your food? That's your economy. Is also important. Most importantly is the belief. How do you relate with God? It's important. So when you say people have a culture, they have all these things. What happened in Africa at a point in time, after the slave trade, they took us as slaves. Because we're like just animals. They were going to come take us as animals. That's those that didn't visit Africa. I think the ones that visited Africa saw that we have kings. But the people they saw here, they only saw slaves. Inferior people to them. Like if you have a dog, maybe, can the dog be like you? I know we're giving dogs some respect. Now, can you treat dog like you? That was how they were treating us. Now, if I tell you something that you would be very, very unhappy with, I'm sure Gloria is the youngest person here. I think Gloria can handle this. You know how they were doing us? They were breeding us as slaves. You know what called breeding? If I have a male slave and you have a female slave, I will bring my male slave to come and sleep with your female slave. So they make slave for the master. Now, if you have a dog, yes, if you have a dog, if you bring your dog to sleep with the other dog, who owns the dog? Who owns the dog? Is it not the owner of the dog?
Yes, sir.
So they were making us to have children for them. That was how little we were. So when you understand, I want you guys to understand what that FESTAC 77 was trying to say, whether it actually addressed it. So imagine a people that were taken from their homeland, and they were then go through all that process. The black women were strong women, because they would just come and sleep with the black woman, and the guy that slept with her is gone. So the woman will carry the baby, bring the baby up, and the baby, who owns the baby? The slave master. And guess what? We didn't have a name. What name were we answering? The name of our slave master. Have you seen an American answering the Ukeshi, Goshuku, Eze? All those names were taken from them, and they were replaced with the name of their master. That's why you hear them Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. These are all of your names. The name of their master. That's why Malcolm S, he refused to answer their name. He said S means unknown in mathematics. S is unknown. He said Malcolm S, meaning my father's name is unknown. That is the thing they couldn't stand about him. Okay, these are people now revolting. But I want to look at this whole context in the context of 77, whether our forefathers actually addressed the word called culture. Fine. All right, people, let's go back. Let's go and look at it now. Now that you guys can see some of the depth of what I'm saying, you can understand our position in the world. We were like nobody. They didn't even believe we have a system of worship. When they came, they told us that, oh, what are you talking about? It's not using the worship. They call it paganism. They call it pagan. Again, that's the highest insult you could give to anybody. You go to people and say they don't know God. So it's you that know God. And that's what we are still going through today. More than others. I know you guys are Christians and Muslims. But that's what you're still going through today. They came and they told you don't know God. But hello, I ask myself, in my language, there's a word for God. His name is Ogene. It has not changed. It's the same Ogene I'm not called in the Bible. Are you out of your mind that you didn't know God?
In the aspect of religion, I think we've actually neglected our culture, because when you talk about culture, is kind of like a lifestyle that a certain group of people live and are able to pass from generation to generation. So back in
God bless you.
the we
Don't fool
started off
Evelyn.
with, back in the days, we had our own worship,
Yes.
our own gods. Every community had their own gods they were serving at that time. But as at now, with the way religion is right now, I don't think the aspect of our culture is still practiced, because it's something that is supposed to be moved from
Evelyn,
generation to
we'll get there
generation.
today.
But now
We'll
people
get
have
there today.
neglected it. People have
Yes.
neglected that aspect.
I've not even come to the
Yeah, in
present.
terms of religion.
Evelyn, let us stick to the past. Let us understand where we're coming from first. And when we get there, that's when we can really know. I'm happy you can see now that Evelyn can quickly say, hey, we've neglected that part of our culture. Not only that, Evelyn, before they came, we have a system of government. And this is what has surprised me. And I'm going to say it again on this show. They don't like me. Nobody will like me. I don't really care right now. But you know what? They came and they said, you have kings. This is barbaric. They call our king all kinds of names. They call them dictators. Do you understand? And they said, that is a wrong system of government. And they govern us. Meanwhile, this is what happened. But the problem they had then, even the British that came, they have a king, they have a queen. You come to us and say our king is not right, and then they have a king, they have a king, which was a queen. Now we have a king. And yet, even to today, Evelyn, if you want to look at it, the same thing you said now, we neglected our system of government. Too, because they still have their king. They've not thrown away their king. We have the king in England today. Not yesterday, today. Do you still have a king? The answer is no. Now we're going to look for who to blame. I don't know who is going to be blamed here. I'm looking at FESTAC 77. That's who I want to talk to. I want us to understand our challenges so that we can look at
we've not overly erased that aspect of kingship.
We have not erased it, but the kings that we have
kings.
they are not really, if they talk, they know they feel they hear wetin dem dey talk.
Exactly.
We listen more to the government. We listen more to the government as if we are not taking words from our kings. The government now the authority that we listen to. So
Yes.
even the king sef will not even know the power wey they get again.
That's all. And this is sad. You know what's so funny? If you guys remember on this show, I was asking, go back and see some of this. I said, but why can't even our king even be local government? I asked myself again and again. Onojewo, my former teacher, he was my principal in my secondary school. The man will cry. He said, "I reason why I cannot tell." That is his English, that old man. I will say that one day today. I forgot me time with drinks. Chief Onojewo. He said, "I reason why I cannot tell. Why our kings cannot be our local government till tomorrow." You know what? We want to look at FESTAC 77 today, children. Today is a big deal. It's not a joke. FESTAC 77 is what we're talking about. So they came, they thought we didn't have it. They saw that we have a king, but they bastardized it. But they keep their own king. Maybe let me tell you guys one shocking story. If you guys go online, and you look at the word Magna Carta, you will cry. That when Obama came to England, he was the only American president that could talk to them at the Westminster Hall. It's one of the most popular halls. That hall has witnessed the beheading of a king. That is, a king was so stubborn, a king was such an oppressor in England here that they beheaded him. From that day, it is the parliament here of England that is most powerful, not the king. I don't know, children, this is too much of a politics that you guys don't need to learn. But what I'm just trying to say is that the concept of kingship was never a bad thing for the Englishman. They respect their culture. And the king is part of their culture. Meaning, if you see how much the king brings in here as tourism, you'll be confused. Then the king pick a son, pick a wife. It's the talk of the day. The whole world come and watch the royal family. I mean, the whole world. It attracts tourism to us here. But they don't stop us from practicing our own, Mary. FESTAC 77 is what I'm talking about today. We're coming to that. Let me add this and go back on the show. Yes, you guys are welcome. I know, sorry, your camera, we need to do something about it, Mary. Yes, there may be one or two other cameras that need to go to Asaba. Yeah, we need to do something about it, camera.
The network is kind of bad. It's raining really heavy here. So we can even hardly hear you because of the sound of the rain.
So sorry, yeah, and you're on top of the roof. I know how Nigeria is. It's the same thing with Mary sometimes because Mary own is even not as solid as yours. But we will keep going. We do the ones we can't think we get to the end of today. But what we're doing today is, I want us to look at FESTAC 77. Whether our forefathers actually celebrated our culture, because you can't celebrate culture. This is the language I say to people. It's a ministry of culture, and they mistake it as a place where people celebrate. You see the problem? That's where I'm going. A ministry of culture is not an arm of government of celebration. It's a place where history is taught, where things can be corrected. The culture is our foundation. It's where we draw our strength from. Let me put it this way. The Bible is the culture of the Jewish people. It's where they draw their constitution from. Even if you say the Bible should not be the law that governs the land in Israel, but that is their foundation. The Quran is the culture of the people, of the Arab people, and that is where they draw their foundation from. But we don't have a culture. Unfortunately, we don't have it. And look at where we are. Then I ask myself, where do we draw our constitution from? We drew our constitution from the Bible and the Quran. There was no reflection of the African culture in the Nigerian constitution, which is one of the things that is failing us today. And you're going to ask me why. I'm going to quickly say that before I go back to FESTAC 77. If those people, them Akpabio, them Tinubu, if they took oath with the gods of their land, may they take a good swear and promise you they will not be able to steal money the way they are doing now.
It's not possible now. They won't even allow it.
But you see, so here you see a culture that will work for you. You said it's not good. You want the one that is not working. Are we not stupid? I swear, if you take in my place, you get to do a call uke. If you take uke, swear for person, maybe if the person try mistake, the belly will swell up.
The truth is, if they were going through that process before they become our leaders, you would not see people rushing to be one. They wouldn't have been rushing. Only those that are credible, you understand, that have that interest for the people is going to want to come into contesting for maybe the seat of the president or governor. But there is nothing that will affect them in any way, no matter what they do.
They know they will get it.
You say you want to investigate. You can only investigate what you know. So exactly. I mean, all the investigation that they do, sometimes they still cover it up. It's not like it's affecting any of them. Can
you see that we were closer to God and we are still closer to God? If we want to, our God will strike immediately. He not go wait to, and our God will not fight you if it is when you are doing the right thing. I keep saying this. I grew up with my grandfather. It's only when you do something bad that the ancestors will catch you. And it will catch you if you confess, they will pray for you. Will kill goats and you will be free. If a woman goes and shit outside, he will come back and atone to the gods. We will kill goats unless that man and the wife they go. They are dying. The family will keep dying. Then you see the culture is still today. It has not been erased. It's still working, Mary. And we're not going to go into that now. Now that we have understood what culture means, that I just wanted to first understand, let Nigerians watching me today understand that culture is not a dance. It's not a way of life. It's not a place where you go and we see our culture, the people sabi dance, so they sabi eat. No, it goes to your religion, your economy. In those days, they know these people say, oh, they are farmers. Some of them are fishermen. It's their culture, Mary. A child that is born an Ijaw boy born, they throw the child into the water. Can you imagine a child that is born, you put him in the water, the child will float, he will learn to swim. Water not a kill Ijaw man. It's their culture. And it becomes their strength. He can live within the water. He can fish. He can do everything. Hey, those days the Shekiris, they were the one bringing fish for us. They can fish. They actually live in the boat.
That's true.
They were comfortable in their boat. They didn't have a house. So now that boat, they'll come build down like a house. That's where they will stay. The boat, Mary. That's when they come to Roboland, they will come to us because we do farming. We will give them, that time it was paid by butter. We'll give them starch and gari. They will give us fish. In those days, there was no money.
You see how life was so simple.
It was simple.
People were not craving for something they don't have.
And they were not killing each other. They were not robbing one another. There was no fight between the Yoruba man and the Shekiri man. Then
there's some level of contentment. The problem is right now, the issue we are having is we are not contented.
No, Mary, no. They brought us, they brought money. They brought money. Money is what is causing trouble. Oil has come. The Yoruba man, the Shekiri man, and the German, they normally live together. Before, these people were one family. They will come. The Shekiri people will come with their boat. They were not staying anywhere. It's only now they are dragging land. Shekiri man don't have time with your land. They are contented with their boat. They will come. The Yoruba man will go and farm. Will bring cocoa yam. There's a place to call cocoa. We call it big cocoa. With the plant cocoa yam there. Now big cocoa. It becomes cocoa. Today everything is scattered. Everything. See, Mary, what is sad in all this is, let me quickly go to the topic of the day because I want to relate this to what the FESTAC 77. What did they celebrate on that day? For you to bring all black people together and say, let us celebrate our culture. Which part of our culture were celebrated? Only dance. Only some element of juju, because they believe that the Benin were able to represent themselves with it. Because those people that did it understood that there was something called the mask, the Benin mask. You understand? It became the symbol of Africa. You understand? But that is so little, so little. You've underrated the African culture. An African culture, you'll be talking the way of life, the way we used to govern ourselves. Did you people exhibit our kings? Were the kings allowed? Mary, let me tell you this today. Nigeria could host the best carnival in the world. Now, can you hear me, my daughter? Maybe the other say could. But let's think of a Nigerian carnival where all the kings come and showcase themselves. That the king will come with his people to come and give a display of what our culture is. Just only the dance and the kingship and the way they dress. The whole world. In fact, we are trying the whole world to Nigeria. I'm talking of tourism. Our potential that is being buried. Oh, you both tell us that they with the vets. Say, diamond day between our legs, we not see her until you go show us. FESTAC 77. What I'm worried about today, the reason I brought this topic back is, did our forefathers who celebrated FESTAC 77, what were they thinking of? I've been able to tell you where they are coming from. They've been told, they've been treated as slaves. Don't forget,
they didn't know they will have more problem with leadership.
No, I think there's two things, maybe. Those of us who were in Haiti, they were fighting anti-slavery mentality. People that see them as slaves, they were telling us, no, I'm not a slave. We in Africa, we didn't understand that. Because we're all black people, we now have a different understanding. Because the children of slaves and the children of the people that were left at home couldn't be thinking the same way. And you are celebrating one culture. What did they bring to the table to celebrate? That was my concern. What did the people even celebrate in FESTAC 77? That is the thing I really want us to look at. You understand? In this FESTAC 77, what did we really celebrate? Did they celebrate our kingship? Did they celebrate the way we feed ourselves, our agriculture? Because if Nigeria will celebrate our economy, and you say to every land, if it's called only the New Yam Festival, that you should bring your New Yam to a place and we celebrate. Hey, the way we used to do it. The world will check, because the checking man will come with fish. The German will come. Hey, you will run. What did these people celebrate? Called FESTAC 77. You see this mask? That is what we took home. That is the emblem of Nigeria. Even this FESTAC 77 was already a sellout. And today, what is the meaning of FESTAC 77 to us? What our forefathers forgot to touch, have we even touched upon it? The only thing they told me from that event, which I agree with, that the first time the whole of the Black nation came together and there was strength in that unity. Mary, yeah, that strength in that unity did result to the United States of Africa. We're all Black people. Whether you are in everywhere you are, we could have a country now called the United States of Africa, Haiti, all of them, Jamaica. As long as you are a Black man, like
the question is, are Africans, are they seeing that vision? The way I say United States of Africa, African leaders, are they seeing that vision? That should be the
yes,
question.
they do, Mary. I think they do. You know the problem? If they don't, then they are very stupid. Because the African Union, you know what happened the first time? They saw the organization. When they were trying to be president, those of them that gain independence, they won't be president. Then they came up with a new union called the Organization of African Union. They didn't want to lose presidency. I want to be president in my country. I want to be president in my country. Now they take away this way. But what happened to them is that they were being killed away. All those people that wanted to be president, all of them are cool. Now they take kill all of them. Cool, Mary. Military guy came and shot at all of them. This one Nkrumah was telling them that if we don't unite today, we don't go survive this, you know. What threw all of them out of power? Military coup. Kick all of them out of power. And now, I'm not blaming them, but today, they now come with African Union. You know why this is so sad, Mary?
I think that time you people were not suffering for herdsmen, but you see your coup, the coup you people were having that time and the killings, it was something else. So it's like every time with its own pattern.
Every generation gets your own challenge, Mary.
The military coup now, military coup now, but then it was always
herdsmen not be challenged, Mary. Herdsmen is not a challenge. Herdsmen is not a challenge. Let me repeat it. Herdsmen is not a challenge. These are all radicalized people. That we allow them to radicalize them either with Islam or Christianity. Do you know how many radicalized Christians I know? They are worse than the Muslims. Say herdsmen, oh, the herdsmen, they go kill. But some Christians are more idiotic. They are more fanatics than the Muslims. How many of you they think outside the box?
Yeah.
How many?
Don't hang up.
You know, but let me stick to the topic. You see, what I'm going to try and state today is that FESTAC 77 didn't even celebrate our culture. Maybe our forefathers, they don't think even the right way. To say, okay, they want to showcase that we have a dance, we have a way of dance. And they managed to touch a little bit on our way of culture, which is our religion, which they never did. The most important thing they would have done, they couldn't do it. Like I said, in this Europe now, the unification of Black people then in FESTAC 77 should have resulted in the United States of Africa. We didn't do it, Mary. Now, let me tell you, when I came to Europe, Europe was still fragmented. They now saw that America is strong because they are big and they have a big economy. You know what Europe did? They now came together, they now formed the European Union. Today, the euro is bigger than the dollar. It's higher than the dollar. Donald Trump don't even want Britain to join the euro. You understand? Because the euro will be too powerful for America. The euro today is higher than the US dollar. Before, no money is, other than the past, no money is equivalent to the US dollars. But the euro is higher than the dollars today. Why? When human beings come together and unite around themselves, they grow, they go strength. Europe are not stupid though. They came together, they formed NATO. Otherwise, Russia for don't take them. You touch one NATO country, so but what does Africa have? Nothing. All of now I see there. So they just take one Sudan, tell one man, they kill the other one. We are like flies. And we celebrated FESTAC 77. And I asked them, what did you gain from FESTAC 77, Papa? I'm going to interview them. The documentary will be done by Daddy Chris. And I really wanted children of art and who understand what the true meaning of art is to do PhD on this topic. Taking a look at FESTAC 77, what went wrong? And where we are today, every day we talk about the emancipation of the black people. It should have started with FESTAC 77. Because of the failure of FESTAC 77, that's why we have not been emancipated till tomorrow. We are still behind. The failure of FESTAC 77. We still mistake culture as a place where people go and dance. Even today, maybe, if there's a minister of culture, what comes to your mind is, oh, what kind of dance do we have? What kind of music do they play? Is that culture? Maybe people don't understand. Maybe that's why I come to people here and I say, what do you understand by film making? Film. You know, when you study film, you will understand that movie is not a boy and girl fall in love. Not in Hollywood be movie. You know, I was addressing them. A film is a way you talk to each other about yourself, exposing yourself in a dramatic fashion. How will I put it? A movie is not a love story. That's why you see people do documentaries. I asked them, how many Nigerian filmmakers understand how to do documentaries? How many documentaries did you see today, Mary? All these filmmaker. How many documentary filmmakers do we have?
Do we even do that again? Everybody's doing what we sell them now.
You see?
They're all looking for money.
And that's where we get it wrong. A filmmaking, people talk about, that's when you go to a film festival, they talk about the narrative, that is the cultural, which has to make some sense too. And then the documentary filmmaking. Today, the culture of the British people are still buried in that filmmaking. They make documentaries. You see, nobody has done a big documentary on FESTAC 77, Mary. Nobody. And we have how many filmmakers? Hello? Big boys. I'm talking. Challenge me, I'm Daddy Chris. I'm not talking. I am in that level now. I got nothing to lose. I'm only giving out. I've seen it. Moses said, I've been to the mountain top. Even if I don't get to the promised land, all I have to do is say it. You know what is so funny, Mary? The culture we celebrated in FESTAC 77 was a myopic one. It did not even tell us the reason why we should come together, what that thing meant. It was a thing, oh, we have a culture. Come and look at us. Or like Nigeria today, go to the Ministry of Culture now. If you ask what is happening in Nigeria Ministry of Culture today, you will be ashamed. Go to your Ministry of Culture today. They don't know shit. They don't even understand what culture means. If you go there and some juju thing when they just carry some mask, then that will be culture. So that will be our culture. Do you understand? Maybe I started this show by trying to define what culture is. And you do show. That's why I asked you, what did you see, my daughter? Did you ask them about their way of religion? Do you ask them the way they govern themselves? Do you ask themselves how they feed themselves? Do you look at these people more? Was that what they did in FESTAC 77? No. Is that what your Ministry of Culture is doing, Mary? A Ministry of Culture is our way of life. Which is supposed to be the most important ministry. Because that's where we're going to draw our next constitution. Or that's where the constitution should have even come from. No, the reason I say this, my people, is this. Last time on the show, I was saying, what I missed from this thing was to have a kind of African Bible. Because these people were there in FESTAC 77, some of them are dead now. They would have been able to tell us how they were worshiping. Some interesting story. Have you listened to the Benin people? You will listen to a love story that is bigger than the Titanic. If you listen to the way they work with God, you will be more than impressed. The same with Urobo people. I'm sure every culture had their own. But maybe you know what's so sad? I must say this. We throw all of them away and we follow the culture of the Jewish people. And we say, hey, we are all Christians. Yes, thank you, sir. I have nothing against that. But you know, stupid.
Our culture has not been. In fact, Christianity is only just a kind of adding, you know, like maybe doing traditional marriage. We all know that it's supposed to be palm wine. I don't know, but for the Igbo culture,
thank God, so that's palm wine.
It's palm wine that the lady will put in the cup. You dance and take it to the husband. You kneel down before him. You give him palm wine. He will drink. After he drink, he will now put money inside the cup. Then you stand up with him. Now look at what Christianity has changed in a way, because they are doing all this born again thing. Palm wine, they feel like it's alcohol, which I don't really know how palm wine is alcohol, because
I hear that
it's from the tree. It's a natural something. Okay. Let's say the born again people, they think okay, palm wine is alcohol. Do you know what they now do? They will now put Fanta or Coke or like, I don't know if you understand.
I will go kill them tomorrow.
They will not put it in the cup. You get
Mary,
and how
is Fanta better than palm wine?
Even think traditional marriage in the first place? If you know that the palm wine is wrong, leave traditional marriage and go and do only.
God go bless you, my daughter. Let's go into that a little bit. Palm wine is our drink, it's our culture. How is palm wine not healthier than Fanta?
And that particular one, I don't even seem to understand it. Don't have Fanta in the cup. You are doing traditional marriage, you are putting Fanta. Are you the one that produce Fanta? Fanta is Oyibo drink now.
Mary, let me say this, Mary. If now British people now they discover palm wine, it would have been the most expensive drink in the world today. Let me repeat, Nigerians. If now British man now get palm wine, they wait for the package down and call the seller and the kind of health ingredient when they for tell you say they, the way they for don't refine her. Oh God, the best for Africa. God is angry with you people. Don't disturb me. And I say, my future tomorrow is live by God alone. You must leave God alone in this matter. This is between me and you. Leave Papa first. You get the time now we're going to make you let Papa rest. Make me and you talk. We'll leave Papa alone. You guys are disturbing God. Look at if now British man get palm wine. Palm wine. Mary. Oh, I want to dress British today and not get the complete suit. You understand? I want showcase that today.
So I'm trying to say that Christianity has not changed our culture in a way, because you could see that it's not possible to do just only white wedding without
church. You're not going to say don't change that.
Marriage comes first.
It has changed. Traditional
marriage. You do the traditional marriage or you just pay your bride price, but it's conflict. So it means we still know that we have a culture. You understand?
Okay.
Why is it that you not just do only the white wedding and call it that you're married?
You see where they're foolish? Who go understand marriage? Now local government council now understand marriage and be your king.
He's the king now.
So why would they carry our marriage go local government?
I think our leadership needs to put this into consideration instead of the local government. Let's give this ultimate
Why do we need a local government when we have kings? Is the question I asked on this show. We have kings. Now we cannot talk back to where we're coming from. But can we use the king now? They are still there. The African man has neglected everything that is beautiful about him. We've thrown away even our kingship. Like the poor girl said just now, we don't know the use of king anymore. They are useless. We know they listen to them.
That's true.
But that is the voice of reasoning, Mary. That is the true African culture. I'm not supporting king though. But the concept, in fact, you will not throw away their king. We say have the king of England. Where's your king, you fool? Show me your king. You know what happened those days? Let's use one political terms. There's a difference between His Royal Majesty and His Royal Highness. Mary, ask them the kings they know. African king don't get sense now. In those days, now only queen, neither they address as His Royal Majesty. All African king were addressed as His Royal Highness. If you write today, HROH, neither they call African king. Because the Royal Majesty, neither the Queen then, it dominates all of them until we get to independence. Now, those of them when understand English, they don't call themselves His Royal Majesty. If you look at the kings in those days, now His Royal Highness, neither they right.
Even women and BS chief as a title. Chief Mrs.
No, some cultures do accept women as chief. In my place, woman not they be chief, when I go verse. But some part of Rogoland, the woman could be a chief. My village, not they give chief title to women. Anyway, you see, Mary, what we're saying now, why this is so painful to me is, one of my staff in those days, she used to work with us here, and she said she's doing a PhD thesis, and she asked me, her presentation is how she can use media to address the concept of colonialism, to decolonize the African, this is using the media. And I was laughing. You know, what I did is I generated this, I come up with this FESTAC stuff, and I said to her, please, go back and look at the concept from this angle. We can change, you see, a people without a culture, they are no human beings. And we try to show that we have a culture in FESTAC 77, but we didn't get it. Now that's why today your Ministry of Culture is only about a place where people dance. Other than movie, film, cultural dance. What is in your Ministry of Culture now, Mary? But is that our culture? How can you have a Ministry of Culture without the kings? Make a time, Mary. I'm confused. What is in the Ministry of Culture without our king?
That is why we don't have money in this country. There are just too many sectors that don't even understand what their job is.
Exactly.
Yes,
Mary, I ask them now, how can you people talk of a Ministry of Culture and the Federal Ministry of Culture without kings? What is the Ministry of Culture about?
How many times have they done any events to promote the Nigerian culture?
Maybe so what are they going to promote? The Bonaboy. These are not our culture. You may think. You haven't seen the African dance. Mary, do you know what would have been so beautiful? The last time I was with this guy in Abuja there, I know they come home all the time. Nigerian, I lose if I to stay here. Do you know when I come home? I'm going to introduce what we call the True Nigerian Art Festival. It will be the kings. Oh, Mary, come. I don't win finish. I don't need to celebrate her. I don't need to look for money. If I put up an event as the Minister of Culture, showcasing our kings to come and show what they have in Abuja for 1 week, Mary, the whole world will descend in Nigeria. That is the cultural tourism attraction. Akbar. What do you want me God do for you? You say you know what's so beautiful? I'm talking of not the Islamic culture of the Hausa man, the true kings, the emirs, for what they represented in those days. Come and showcase it. You do the Roma, bring your king. Ibinima, bring your own. The Yoruba, bring your king. Ijoma, bring your king. Come and celebrate Nigeria. When we say culture in diversity, the Ministry of Culture, una they sick. When I write now, they go back to. If I tell them now, Mary, that they don't understand that there's no Ministry of Culture in Nigeria. Because there can never be a Ministry of Culture without the kings. And when the kings will come, they'll come with their food. They come with the way they used to. That is what they got. Their dance exhibit that, Mary. If they even believe in anything, you go see the juju. You still get the place in my face that they cut with collapse, you know, they enter. How? I want to come home, Mary. I'm coming home. And write this thing I said to you now. You know, when I'm here, God will just say, do this. It will tell you, celebrate your African culture. But what is the African culture you celebrated in FESTAC 77? It was dance. No, we're going to celebrate another culture yearly. So even bring money to the Nigerian state. And that I'm going to say, it's not me celebrating it. It's the celebration of our kingship. Of our various kingdom. Let me use the word. There's no king without a kingdom. A celebration of our various kingdom. Write it down for me, my daughter. When I finish, I will write a very big topic on that. A celebration of our various kingdom, undertaken by the kings and their kingsmen. In Abuja, over a week. And if you take that again to the global stage of Africa, imagine what you will see, Mary. That was the FESTAC 77 we missed. You want people to descend Africa on a weak event. If you want the black people in America to come home, that is the event they want to see. No, Burna Boy can perform anywhere. You can take him anywhere. You understand? I'm not underrating what these young men are doing. They only come and learn from you see what we call rhythm. Maybe there's one dance, the outside man is dancing. Then they carry one leg. Have you seen the agogo? The rhythm that comes with that. You know the modern music. If you see the way they dance, they go. We dance to rhythm. That is the African culture, Akbar. Mary, have you understand one thing?
Yes.
Black people, they're stupid. Do you know you don't know how to dance to rhythm? I swear, if you put music now, if you go they dance, music they go outside, they dance, go outside. You never see George Bush dance. They don't understand that. It's not in there. We dance to the beat. Black man they dance anyhow, they dance to the beat. Until now, you don't know whether they call dance to a rhythm. They don't understand that. I don't understand whether black people they hear me today. Even as I speak, or you don't know how to dance to a rhythm. Now that they learn from us. You know, it was our introduction of music in America that made Americans now learn to play music which dominate the whole world. That's why the like of the Michael Jackson, these were slave children. That our inborn nature of dancing to a rhythm followed us all through. Yet you say our goal not good. But the same black culture that took over Europe, that took over America, that's why we have the like of the Michael Jackson. All the musicians you see in America in those days, were they not black people? Talk to me, Akbar. I'm not talking to my children. I'm talking to them. Where did they get the inspiration from? Even, you know, when you know what happened? They banned slaves from talking to one another. Because slaves could not talk to one another. So you know how they were communicating? They were communicating with music. That was jazz, the origin of jazz music. The jazz you hear today were the way slaves were talking to one another. I've said this in today. It's like I'm poisoning these children. I don't want them on this show. I already wanted to be talking to you. The more matured people who know what I'm talking about. And it is sad. It is sad because we are living in a time when we can see our problem is clear. And we forgot that it is the thing we neglect that is now really what is really more important. Let me ask again. I ask again, what does your Ministry of Culture do? Do you understand? The FESTAC 77, they cannot even understand what FESTAC 77 meant. It's wanting to showcase, oh, this is FESTAC 77. This is what do you know what they were trying to do? Do you understand why they went into that event? Do you know what they were trying to achieve? Are you trying to look at that? Or that problem is no more there? Mary, the herdsmen are not our problem. Like, corruption is not our problem. Because we have a way of solving it the African way. We don't get problem with corruption.
Like so when those traditional things were reigning, when they would follow things traditionally. Even at this estimate, there's a way to still capture all of them.
Mary, in those days, estimate, I tell Ghana people, in those days, Urobo, they get people they call Ogbu. Ogbu people, if you enter Urobo forest anyhow, if you enter our land anyhow, they go enter there, they go settle you for where you dey. Now the herdsmen go come, they go rape your women, they go come out. Una be, where una come from? That's why I was asking. Again, one time when I dey sick, Mary, my mama they come tell me say, "I won't get when I did that time." I said, "I won't kill me." Now come tell they say, "I'm not getting wish for this house when they want stupid get the cookie." Not for the kill me for where? Do you understand? That's how.
That's Africa for you now. It's natural. We always,
you know, Mary, we lost it. And why this is so sad? I've been on this show and I've said a lot of things. I said the promised land is really Africa. Nigerians, I'm still waiting for who's going to prove me wrong. Because the Bible said the land is flowing with milk and honey. Mary, which land is flowing with milk and honey today? I'm not talking of Oyibo. I said yesterday on the show, was it the other day on the weekend? I was able to analyze on Monday. I was able to tell you what Israel were able to do out of their dry land. They are not blessed. So that land is not blessed. That land called Israel is not blessed. What is in Israel? You have if you don't drink water, if you don't find a way to drink water from the sea, you will die in Israel. But you know what they did? They were able to make the best of their own. We that is having the land, the verse, maybe when I talk about we don't talk about land, but we get a lot. Yeah. Is this coming from me? Somebody, one music just start to play here.
Music. I hope it's not the generator from my end.
No. It was what I call our promo. I think a show is just automatically started on its own without my permission. Anyway, Mary, I've been here and I've been sad. And why I'm sad is not because of today. It's this kind of phenomenon that makes me sad. Sometimes I can't sleep. And I just begin to think where we are as a people. We organized FESTAC 77 at a point in time. The reason was to address, let me quickly go back so I can shut up, was to address the mentality. People were being called slaves. We were being, in fact, they were breeding us. That's the highest insult you could do to a man. If I talk, I go vex, Mary. So not with Christianity, because now the same Bible say, slave, be loyal to your master. Where God for talk that one? When God for born me to be slave, saying that you be my master, so I go there loyal to you. When Bible for teach me that rubbish? Again, we accept it. I'm not arguing, no. Is there the Bible? Now me put her.
But you can agree that even the traditional way of worship is still not perfect. There are still things that they do.
I agree.
But maybe
that's why a way of culture people will not be perfect. I don't tell you say my Bible saying that's not good. My Bible said that's not good. Maybe now you self not good. You self as a person you would choose. But say I be Gentile. Say make I be slave, make I be loyal to my master. You the craze. Again, these are things we learn. Again, Mary, what I'm saying is that the Bible itself is not even perfect. So it's our own. Don't look at the flaws in our own alone. Ambassadorize our own. I'm asking one big question today. The people that did the first time, they were coming from a different challenges. The challenge then were called slaves. They treated us as slaves. We had colonial people that rule over us. So they wanted to just show that, oh, we have a way of dance, so we can dance. What they did there was a dance. Was a showcase of dance and art, painting and craft. That's what we displayed. But is that culture? And that stupidity is what we carry to today's Ministry of Culture. In Nigeria Ministry of Culture today, that is what they understand as Ministry of Culture. Our kings were not showcased in that event. Nigerian government will not allow our kings to be showcased. We don't say they can't take over from you now. But can you give them a place as local government in Africa? We will gain. We've signed a lot to gain. Meaning our culture has been added to what is given to us. We have an advantage, Mary. We have something new. We have something old. We can put the two together to get the best. Our king should be the local government. And you know what? Our Ministry of Culture should be the kings, really. When you are appointed to be Ministry of Culture, listen to me, young lady. Your job is how do you use your kings? What are the strengths in those kingship that you have all around you? Now you're looking for no, you say, like, Ministry of Culture don't have a job. I asked them in Delta State, my boy is there. What do people have to do in Delta State Ministry of Culture? The ministry is dry. Can you imagine? Meanwhile, Mary, we have over 70 something kings in Delta State alone. Mary, you hear me? 70 something kings that they line up. Mary, imagine organizing a culture, an event for them, 1 week event. You make money.
And they will even embrace it.
Mary, you will get money. The Ministry of Culture, if they want to do something, they want to do talent hunt. Why do they do that? I tell Richard, you become commissioner for culture. Now this is what you do. Not be your fault. You need to study, you need to understand things from the depth of it. When you study film from the historical, political And that context alone, and social context, when you understand it does not, in normal culture does not mean more to you than that. That's when even when you get the kind of film you will make, you'll be able to tell that kind of filmmaker. Like I challenge everybody today, Mary, all the filmmakers we have in your so-called Nigeria, how many of them understand documentary filmmaking? So now let to make film, make them come to make Netflix buyer, now make you the filmmaker. You will be empty for here, not empty. Here, they empty. I'm talking. My name is Daddy Chris. Not empty here. Learn. The best thing that will even stand the test of time is still the documentary. Now let me close this show by saying this. The kings have been talking to them. I've been talking to the government. And I said, do you know that there's no king today that can actually say, okay, this is what I have done to record the past my past. But they're not saying that their papa, and they inherit it. There is no documentary. Mary, there's no museum to celebrate this culture. This is what the Jewish people put together. They call it the Bible. If the Benin people had put in down their story of their kings today, how they interacted and how they wrote it today, we forget the Benin Bible. Mary, did I say it correctly? Make I talk them again. May I leave them today? The king and look watching me today should get up and please go and put together your culture. When I say your culture, how your people were feeling, the way they were doing things, be proud of it. But not go and drop that crown and get out of that place. A king is somebody that is ordained by God. The voice of God.
They are a king to people that really do not care about their culture anymore. That has changed into a
because you didn't show them. You didn't show them leadership as a king. You didn't show them. There's no king who just disobey. Now, Africans.
When did you travel to a village? Like, will the king come to the city to show you, or you need to go to the village to see what they are doing?
Mary, now the king will call meeting. And the king know what to do. He goes, say today there's a festival. And the festival will attract us home. Well done in a particular way. I don't tell them one day like that. See, is it not be the same thing telling me that they should be our local government? They are underfunded. But must they wait for funding, maybe? Must they? Must they wait for oil money? Must the king wait for oil money to do his things? In those days when the oil never come, how our king take care of themselves? Then they carry food, go give them. Do it now, we will do it. We still respect you. King, do your needful. You, when I say now you the Minister of Culture, me and they come for another day. You don't understand what it means to be Minister of Culture. I'm going to write an article on that today. And I'm going to release it. We need to redefine the Ministry of Culture in Nigeria today. And that will affect every state. When I know vessel, my name is Daddy Chris. Make her quiet. Because when I come here, you know they're good. I didn't come here to fight. You understand? But you see, like I said, let me show this, Mary. He said the air. He said over 50 countries, from Brazil to Senegal, from Harlem to Haiti. I mean, when we're talking about Brazil, they were part of the event. Haiti was the first country to gain black people to gain independence. They hate us. Intellectual musicians, dancers, all descending Lagos. The air was thick with sound of drum, jazz, and high life. That's not what our culture should be. I would have loved to see the kings coming to showcase who we were before they came. That's only when they're going to say, oh, this will have a system of worship. Oh, this will have a system of government. And now we still have it. I can make noise as much as I want to say the king should be part of our government. But they will not until they do what I say now. They need to showcase us how they were governing themselves in those days. The kind of moral things they use, how they were able to manage society. Do you know my king have a police? We call them the total. No, it's in that there's a name. They are the one they go to war. They wear red. They don't want to arrest you. Where are the police? It's not called police. It's a police. It's see there, Mary. Imagine local government now, this one being introduced into it. Those people would now have a part to play in governance. I mean, to reinforce the local institutions to do out what they can do better. How good and how pleasant it would be to see the unification of now what is new and old. In Jesus' mighty name. Maybe I'll let you do the newspaper review. Because I know nobody like me. I'm not looking for them. But my name is Daddy Chris. I wanted the thing I do not do. I God send me this one. If you not believe in God, but now God send me. Everybody get you home. Newspaper review, my daughter. Are you there, Mary? Okay, Mary, don't freeze here. You know what? While I'm here, I've done it, and I said to people, the only thing I want to share with you now that Mary is not here, let me share the image of Senator Natasha descending arriving office. You see, this is the problem. And all these things I'm seeing now only oil money be this. And until Nigeria learn that we were more than oil money, that oil money just came yesterday, we are just going to remain what it is. The fight about the Senate, the fight for the presidency, the all rubbish I'm talking about, all I see you guys do today, all you activists, all the rubbish you guys are saying is because there's oil money. None of you. Welcome back, Mary. I was trying to take a look at Senator Natasha arriving at the Senate, so that because when you finish, you're going to close. I don't think them Evelyn will be here. All they are doing, Mary. Let's take a look with Senator Natasha arriving office. This image is from Galaxy Television. Credit to you guys. One goes down for Senator.
Hold down like that. No, your back. You walk down like
When did I get almost down for Senator seat? Huh?
Please give there.
I'm going to give her a chance now.
Sorry. If not King of those days, they will cut your neck.
I want to see her now. Leave now, leave. Please. You're capable. You are sick.
Sometimes it's good to put the institutions to test. We can't cow down in the face of injustice. No one is more Nigerian than us. Senator Pabio is not more of a senator than I am. He's not a governor of this place. And he treated me as if I was his servant or I was a domestic staff in his house. It's very unfortunate that at this time, after so many years of democracy, we would have a National Assembly be run by such dictatorship. It's totally unacceptable. As for me, I'm glad to be here. And even though we have been illegally suspended, no day have I hesitated in effectively carrying out my duties as a senator of Kogi Central to the very best of my capacity.
Thank you, Senator. All right, Senator, the days are over. I don't recognize you as a woman. I see you as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. No woman, no story. Because I'm a woman, I don't want to hear that one. You've been appointed, you've been elected to do the job, just do the job. I really don't want to play the game anymore. Right now, all you people are there to argue about is the little money coming from this. None of you. To quote me, Senator, this is where I want people to be productive. And this is why I want to hear your voice. How Nigerian economy can grow better. How our true culture can come to play. And our culture, know what you guys are doing now. When you talk of a culture of a people, they will have a sense of pride in themselves. I am proposing to Nigeria today a different thing. I'll come to that another day. Thank you, Senator. Mary may have a lot to say about you. I know they are all the women, young women doing what they do. I cannot blame her. But maybe women will always say, oh, women want to be this. This is not about being a woman. Maybe your image is blank here. Hopefully your network will get better and I'll bring you back. Well, Senator has she's back, and I'm happy the way she's been well received by Nigerians, and I'm supporting it 100%. But right now, Senator, I just want you to do the job. Don't be one of those that go to constituency to just go and park sand on the road. And don't be the one that just go and buy a computer and say, oh, yes, all my constituents are using this. That one are toffee ideology. Senator, smart as you are, go and do something that even when you are no more there, the thing will still be making money for your senatorial district. Did you hear me? Look at the potential. And that's why I talk about culture today. Look at the culture of the Kogi people. Look at their culture. Their culture will make their way of life. What is their economic potential? Invest in it with that small money they give you now. And let it be there even when you're no more. The laptop you give to some people today will go. I know it's good for education, fine. It's not even your job to do education. Do the things that you can do best. Plant something that will grow Nigerians. If every senator in Nigeria begin to plant something that will grow, if every House of Assembly member begin to plant something that will grow, if governors can begin to plant something that will grow, if the presidency is planting something that will grow, if the ministry are planting things that will grow, Nigeria will be different in a matter of 6 months. All you guys do is take money and go and spend it. I'm not a part of it. No, let me not take on Senator. Senator, you're not my problem because you're a good girl. Anyway, let's go on to one thing I want to tell people if you are in my area, if you are in Abuja, listen, we have something coming up. It's called, we just launched a ride. So if you are in Abuja and you want to take transport anywhere, you want to hire a ride for a day, call SRTV. The number is on the screen. Let me remove it. So you have the number. Give us a call. Meaning you have a ride for your day. We'll give you a ride for your day for a good price. So, and you have a driver to yourself to spend your time. For those of you traveling home, if you are living anywhere to Abuja and you need somebody to take you around, give us a call. We're not so many vehicles yet. We're going to call, I don't know what many going to brand it, whether I'm going to call it the red car or the green car or the black car. I'm not interested in that. And I'm just letting you know that, hey, there is a new dimension for you to move around freely in Abuja and enjoy your stay. Give us a call with the number on the screen. Mary, maybe it's time for us to take a look at the review, newspaper review.
I don't know, my network is beginning to misbehave.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If it's one part of the paper we can do, we should be fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I don't know how long.
Can we go? Can we look at the papers before?
Yes, that's
I don't know how stable my network will be.
Don't worry. It's fine.
I'm even struggling to hear and understand what you're saying.
Really? Is it still raining over there? Anyway, it's unfortunate that Mary network is so bad today. That's what you get with the technology world. It would be nice to have at least.
It's not raining. It's not raining in Abuja. It's not raining in Abuja. It's just that the network is bad here. It's not raining where I am today.
Okay.
But the network is affected. Okay, let's just quickly look at the Punch, the big story.
Yes.
We have 8.41 trillion naira oil theft drains economy, fuels investors' doubt. And the writer says experts fought lack of arrest, prosecution in 4 years, zero oil theft. And we have a regulator hails lowest losses in 16 years amid reservations by analysts. And you can find this story on page 22 of the Punch newspaper. Daddy Chris, is it not the same oil that you said they were paying? What is this man's name? This is Joma.
Apollo.
What was that his name? That was what that they are paying 4 billion naira, and we are losing this kind of amount because I don't understand. This is the kind of thing that will affect the economy.
This oil theft, I don't think it's people on ground that is stealing it. There are some people on the top using pen to steal. Many the best thief in Nigeria are not the ones that actually go and lift crude. They're the ones that steal it. They sell this, they will say they sell less. You know, do you know the quantity of crude that leave us? Is it not the one they report to us that we know? Who are in control of that? How do we even monitor that? Or you go take crude oil and they go say that this one I will take. When they measure how many, we get system to measure ourselves. I wonder the technology where we get. Listen, at Dubai today, they know the quantity of oil on the ground. They know the one that is drilled. They measure it. So precision, they can have it as a record. Do you have yours? When you both say we get the arm up between our legs, say with the dance. With the busy the dance. With the dance. That's what we did in FESTAC 77. We went on dancing when we should actually be doing important things. And they asked the king, like one small boy was talking about the king. It's not that this young boy singing music. King was supposed to come out and talk. They don't. I don't know what they do to them. Kings, you don't get anything to lose. King, you go there, Tinubu go come out. You don't feel open your mouth talk now. Who go talk for you, king? We are not allowed to participate in politics. Then why are you doing in governance? If a king is not allowed to participate in politics, what is he doing in governance? How can you separate a king from governing you? Or why did you even separate yourself, Mr. King? We go talk. The king will get up in Nigeria. When I finish it now, you will get up and take your rightful place in society. It will start with celebrating them. We need to bring them back. So because a king not a fear, Oba not a go transfer. It was a massacre. Now it's of
look at the amount, 8.1
trillion
naira.
Eh? Look at the amount of money.
Is that right?
Trillion. You know what I call trillion? Minister will not carry tank and come put this will come out. Now Nigeria too good though. Nigeria is just too good, and the rest of the world they watch. Now this kind of people they fund terrorism. More than they pretend say I don't know. Now we see corrupt government. They dream money. Now we see where them wicked fit get money go buy $1 million house. Some $1 million houses allegedly. You can not know say whether you really get that.
Allegedly, because I saw no I even saw the multi-million naira billion naira hotel here in Abuja that they said they own. I saw that. I didn't want to bring the video because I know that the quiz will definitely post it here. It's allegedly, they are not sure. They were showing us even the rooms of the hotels, the building and everything, and they are saying it's owned by the minister. I said, no, I'm not going to bring this video because I don't know yet.
It's not prepared. That our ministers have some a ridiculous amount of money. He was a former governor now. He said he was using Mercedes Benz when he was in school. That he was not from a very rich, from the poor home. You they insult us. You're a thief. And I swear, no, sorry for me to use that word, allegedly. But that attitude of yours, shows that you are a very stupid person. You are a lawyer. And it is like this. What we are advised to do is to keep quiet. He's a lawyer. A lawyer like this, at this difficult time, I will say a word. You understand? You prove it. But when you say things, you implicate yourself. Because when they tell you, say, you're under arrest, and keep quiet with it because you are under investigation right now. Because anything you say will be used against you. You said your wife and your children are American citizens. And you are a serving governor, a serving senate, a serving... Hey! That alone don't already disqualify you. So then maybe you'll be American citizen too, self. Because you have right to have dual citizenship. This exactly, that's why your children cannot study in Nigeria. Your children will study abroad. You make the money in Nigeria and go and spend it abroad. And you have your dirty math. Not if you go to America, go stay with them. Why don't you go and become a minister in America? When you open your mouth, say your children are American citizens. Your wife is an American. Some of these things are irritating. Like I said, we can shut up. As a lawyer, the right thing you do is you shut up. When people say anything against you, maybe, you know what to do? You shut up. Especially when you're in the public face. But when you think, say, nothing, they shake you. This boy could drag you. You go fool yourself. You don't start. Because when they drag you one, two like this, you say things when you're not supposed to say.
I always say what I say. Showore came prepared, but I don't want to say anything yet because I know that the minister will not keep quiet when you are putting this kind of allegation on him. So I believe he should know what he's saying.
He doesn't.
He should.
He already said, already, for somebody to say, my children are Americans. They tell you, say, all that money. He said, what the consign? What's my business? Already, the other one. That's why as a wise person, from the legal point of view, you keep your mouth shut. You refuse to grant interview. If somebody have evidence, let him prove it. You see, the country would have been in darkness now. But you coming to open your mouth, you're exposing yourself. A lawyer who they advise we get, you don't get lawyers. Because that in law, money don't soak him, you don't study him again. Even your wife is a judge. How can a judge be a citizen of another country? If there's like this man was talking.
Chris, I don't know if you saw the pictures. Oh, my network is not allowing me. Sometimes I just go as if I'm mute. I don't know if you see the pictures where his son was caught to buy yesterday. You know, Nigerians, they always come with their crews. Somebody was saying, please help me if you can tell me the classmate of this boy. If you can point out, somebody was saying, if you can point out one classmate of this boy in law school, please, just show me one of his classmates. I want to show you something.
Mary, you know what's so funny? What is he calling to buy in Nigeria? If it's an American citizen that his father is talking about, why don't they go and call him to buy in America? You know, some of you take us the piece. You see, that's why you make our money, you go and spend in America, and you come back and come and make more. Your son now will come and become governor of Rivers State to come and enjoy himself in America. God will punish you. It's a mockery on people like us. Not all of us are dogs. And it boils down to what I'm saying now. Where is our king? Where is our culture? Mona take wicked swear according to the juju of his land. If it belly no they swell up, wicked you don't see cool. You don't look healthy anymore. And is this what you want? They will drag you reach hell. And I feel sorry for him anyway. I don't want to go into wicked matter anyway. So this oil money they're talking about.
Why not you want to go into his matter? It's his matter that is trending. So we'll go into his matter. His matter is everywhere now.
And you can't go follow someone. They will not get job. So what then? Now what is
everybody get their own turn. In this country, everybody get their own turn. Everybody with their own turn in this country.
So what they look for this before? That boy, they take a swear for person. They take so what swear for you, you will go lose the juju for your place. You will go serve. Now you don't sit down for your case. As so what is so what do Gori? I said I was fighting I was asking so what so now let me because that one when you enter your case, no matter how he go enter, go dig the matter. That was secret report, that Sahara reporter. It was dangerous. He get people where you don't go believe say they work for him. Because some people hate the lies. They cannot expose it. Most of them work for this boy for free. Because not every Nigerians are blind. Some people they pay us. So if we see bad thing, we will reveal it. And he was ready to, he was the one that was brave enough to publish them. And you're going to blame Sowore for what? And you want to drag him, you drag Sowore to where? Where? What a wise person will not even be talking if I were to be that minister, that your boyfriend Mary. Tell her, make it shut up. If you deal with her for night, tell her, say, shut up, sir. So Nigeria is tired of his noise. He's a noise maker. Actually, I see him as a political nuisance. Tinubu carry him up for head. You can't carry this one general, carry Akpabio general. The kind of people when Tinubu carry him, if I had them destroy Tinubu government more than him. And from Akpabio to this FCT guy, they are the two biggest political, what I call them, baggage Tinubu is carrying. You don't know how to drop them. And you can't drop them soon. So maybe after the election, you find a way to get rid of them. Definitely, Akpabio will not be the next Senate president. Maybe just thief the one if he thief now. But one day, this money one at the thief, so they go ask now. Now, we get to say in to carry the money go America. Is this a peace not there? One day they go find una go America, go beat una. Even the black people in America go they beat una because that's so Nate said it. I never said the narrative to them enough. That young Americans will really want to actually beat you because this is how your forefathers sold them. Now you are selling the same thing now. They need to beat your children now. Maybe it was this kind of betrayal that led to slave trade. This said, now if the money went out, the children will take go to school. River State governor take and go buy out to America. Not be slavery go there America there again. They're more slaves. A land that is so blessed, people are hungry. Because the stupid man don't carry the money go buy a house to America. The American children, when they grow up, and they go beat your children. So your father is a thief. Not be me talk about.
Chris, let's see the next story. This one, okay. I think I'm a bit stable now. My network. We have 20 billion naira library fundraiser, not for 2027, coming with Tinubu. So she said she could see the news going around, the rumors going around that she's trying to raise money for 2027 election for her husband, and she said no, it has nothing to do with 2027 election at all. So she just wants to make a clarity about the news going around, and that since she started, that she has even gotten 20.4 billion naira and still counting. You understand? So even the money she's even saying she wants, she has gotten more than that since she's from donations from people. You understand? So she's trying to clarify people that it's not for election, which I think so though, because according to her, she said they are rich now. So what do they need Nigerian money for election for? At the end of the day, so she tried to express her love for library. So that's what she was trying to say.
Remy, you so love Nigeria, that you are not raising money for us. Say what they wanted the money to do. We won't thank the madam. So why
library, Daddy Chris, library.
Okay.
Yes, to construct library. Yeah, that's what
you see, the thing about library, I thought it's going to help us to find the Bible I'm looking for. Okay, I go write to madam, say, where did the library? What are you going to put in the library? Now to build the house. And I asked Obasanjo, they build presidential library with all that money. But what did they want to put inside the library? You know, sometimes people don't understand what is library. Library is not the building. It's the content. I mean, what kind of American books come put for them, they will come study. That one day online now. Maybe your library will do some research and bring up some of the things I've been crying about today, madam. I'm not going to trash it yet. But certainly, I don't think Tinubu have a problem with money. To send his wife to be raising money.
Yes.
You know, it's
for the library. Just like what she said, Mr. Peter Obi argued that Nigeria does not need to wait for birthday gifts before completing its national library. Because it was during her birthday. She said instead of birthday gifts, they should make donations for her to construct a library. Peter Obi will just be criticizing them.
No, my Peter leave her alone. Leave the woman alone.
Yeah, he's another position.
I said maybe Peter plays the husband.
Yeah, he's another position.
But the truth is, this is how I see it too. Whether we like it or not, Nigerians were going to, out of trying to please me to get to Tinubu, they want to send money, gift to her. She knows we're going to do this. Hey, don't send the money to me. Put it to the library. Madam, we want to at least 2 naira go enter the library. So I'm all for this joke. It's a joke, but I'm supporting it. Because now I mean for them, now so all this, now the thing when our Nigerian politicians are supposed to do. Now what did the Sabi do with that? To send something go to the wife so that they will fit through the wife, talk to the organ. That's the thing now. As you say, let me not get power there, so make it suffocate president small, you go no. You know, wife, they get place for home. Anyway, now quiet. They merely know what to do.
Okay, you've talked about Natasha already, right?
In a way,
because
in a way.
That guy that is putting up berets that you said you like, I think you have started following him, Randy Peters. He was also there to
Yes.
protest. He was protesting, yes. So there was a video of him and Natasha standing inside her office where he was protesting, and he said she is their senator, intelligent one at that. So they were commending her for standing for the truth. You know, at the time she was supposed to resume earlier before now, they didn't allow her. I don't know if you saw the news then. They
Yes.
restricted her from entering, and Nigerians, it's good that they are still standing up for something. So they had to go and protest, and thank God finally she was able to enter her office. I don't know what Akpabio reaction will be after now, because let's see. Because she called him a dictator and said
Akpabio would
that
be foolish to begin to fight.
she called him a dictator and said he's not even yet a governor. Look at the way he treated her. You understand? That he's not higher than her in any way. That he's a senator and she is also a senator, just that he's the Senate president. So that she thanked her husband, Nigerians, and for all those that supported her, that it's good to have a husband that supports one like that. Like her husband was so supportive, and for Nigeria and for people of Kogi State, she actually thanked everyone and said she will always stand for the truth. By the end of the day, I'm just waiting to see what Akpabio will do, because at first he succeeded in stopping her from entry, and now with the protest she was able to enter. Now she has resumed
Ah, okay. Oh.
in the House of Senate. They mentioned the name of her office, the number, sorry, I think 2.0 or something like that. It's okay.
Well, like I said, she's there to represent the people of Kogi State.
Do the needful.
And I said to her, my interest is different from what everybody's talking about.
Can you hear
I
me?
told her to go home. Yeah, I hear you, Mary. I said, I've already asked Natasha to go home and go and plant something that will bring money when she's no more there. Not be to do Tofi ideology like everybody. Say you are intelligent. If you are intelligent, any intelligent leader will not think of what to do today that will not be there tomorrow. You build a legacy, and the legacy is something that will continue to live after you. We talk about, I come on the show one day and I talk about sustainable development. And people don't understand it. You understand? I want to go and do this, I want to go and do that. Some of them are Tofi. Tofi, they run belly. Bitter leaf, they cure diabetes. I'll do that. Mary, but this your boyfriend picture, he plenty you, he did tribute to, because he still did Vanguard, and he did for Punch. Wicked, they look for trouble. Are you there, Mary? Don't freeze Mary again. Anyway, like what I'm saying now, my observation is Wicked, you are very popular. You've been popular, now you're popular. Now for all the wrong reasons. The fear is Wicked, the voice of men and the voice of God. Be careful. Because they're going to prosecute you. They're going to kill you before you even your death. And I think you can't sleep anymore. That kind of thing now, when Wicked hear, somebody heart go cut you now. Somebody, if you want to make Wicked fear, you will tell me, somebody, the shock. What do you do this man as? Leave the man alone. Now only effective. Nigeria, may God help us. What a shame. But what is really, really, really shameful is Wicked man that he cannot close. Yeah, maybe you think as a politician you can open your mouth, but from a legal point of view, you've been foolish. Because not every time you open your mouth with you. Because as you talk, you are implicating yourself more. And that is where that's what only people say, and this is why I cannot tell. Why a lawyer will be opening his mouth to talk at this difficult time. Maybe you think it's a joke. It's not a joke. The allegation against you is a huge one. If I were you, I would keep my mouth shut. That would be my advice. Anyway, people, I've been here trying to rock the floor, and I've been saying one thing. And if you watch my show, at the end, I always come up with something. I am going to write a proposal to all the states Ministry of Culture, all our federal Ministry of Culture, to redefine culture. Our culture, as celebrated in 1777, was about dance, food, and music. We are better, we are more than that. We want to celebrate a culture that will showcase our religion, that will showcase our economy and our way of life and the way we used to govern ourselves. If we're going to do that, we're going to bring in our kings. Unless you guys are so scared of the kings that they're going to take over. No, they don't need to take over. Like I said, they have a place in Nigeria. I still reason why I cannot tell, like my own is what we say. Why, my people, there can be why there can be a local government council when we have a king to do the job. What's this? What is this kind of rubbish? Let us now, please, wake up. Our local, there should be 3 tiers of government: the federal government, the state, and the kings, the kingdoms. Let me put it that way. So that way, we belong to a country, we still have our own kingdom, which we believe in. We belong to the same state, Delta State, and we belong to Nigeria. That way, there will be that cultural reflection. You see, that historical background, where we come from will come to play. The Benin man is still proud to say it's a Benin man. But I'm wondering why people have not been able to say that, no, the Oba of Benin should be the one running over the affairs. When do you need a local government? Oh, they want blah, blah, blah. When you have a king. The king can choose to administer it in another way. I know the king always have his people he works with, all the other ones he works with in those days. He can still work with them. But why do we trash these people? What is the wisdom behind it? Like I asked, Mary was talking today. You want to get married, you go to local government registry and go and swear the wish oath. You swear you marry according to the custom and tradition of your people. You don't marry according to one oath that comes from the Bible. Are you out of your mind? My people, like I said, I'm going to come up with a proposal to redefine this. And to start with, we're going to celebrate the Nigerian Carnival. We may start with Delta State. The festival will be a festival where all the kingdoms, I said it before, I call it the Delta Carnival. All the kingdom. You see Calabar? You're celebrating the carnival. What is missing in that carnival? You are celebrating Calabar, what I call the carnival that is going on in Calabar. It's the Brazilian carnival. People who are trying to find a route, they are trying to rely on you. Now you are copying them. Brazil came to FESTAC 77 to learn about their origin. But you, Akbar, you're going to pick on the Calabar Carnival and they dress women naked on that. That's what you took. It's not bad. I like it. You go see beautiful women. But hey, I'm sure Calabar have a better culture than that. Showcase us what is Calabar origin. Not this now, please. Please. Last time I saw the beautiful artwork. It was wonderful. That's something you do in the world stage. But when I come to Calabar Carnival, I want to see the culture of the Calabar people. Delta State, can we do that? Edo, can it be better than a showcase of what the Benin culture really is? It's still the best. It's the only history that I can pick on because it's in the British Museum here. What culture can you better celebrate than what is already in the British Museum? I've done a documentary on them. They know me. Meta for Kukure. My name is Daddy Chris. I'm going to escape from the show right now because I'm tired. It wasn't one of those shows I was fully prepared for. And I said I'm going to try and end it in a more peaceful way. But let me repeat this. Let me say this. My show today was about, I focus on, let me remove this, okay, I don't get your time. My show today really look at the FESTAC 77. And I've been asking a very big question. In this FESTAC 77, something was missing. And I didn't blame those people because the people that came were interested in different things. Those that came from the Americans, they were thinking about how they were treated as slaves, and I've talked a little bit about that, how we've been oppressed as a people, but that was not my interest. But was it showcased in this event? What would have brought circle or peace to these people in the American way to show that we had a king, we had a way of doing things, that we were the mistake of those days will not happen again. Unfortunately, the slave trade that happened then is still happening now. Because people like the wicked are still carrying money away and our children are still going through the land. Now, telling themselves, begging to be slaves. That is our story. It has to stop. It has to stop. Our kings can come out and bring in that moral thing that from which the Bible was been written. Like I cry again and again. If we can, I think every culture will have a Bible. From there, we'll draw the African Bible. Urobo people now not get origin. Now if you tell a story how Nate come from the king, how Nate king they be till today. Many people now not tell us Yoruba they do what can't you? Can the Hausa man tell us? Don't you have a story without the Quran? Don't you have a story without the Bible? The Bible is the story of a party. You can read the Bible. It's about the Jewish people. Give them credit. It's a story that is being written, that is well written around the world. Where is your own, my people? And don't forget, the Bible is not the same Bible. Because when the Bible gets to different places, it was adapted. The Roman adapted it, they made the Roman Catholic Church out of it. It's not the same Bible. The Roman Catholic have their own version of it. The one they will read, the one they will not read. The Anglican, they've made it, the Englishman has made it the Anglican. They've made it their own. It's only you that have not been able to make your own. I mean, a redeemed man, here the power, and this one, I make our own Bible. No. We need the African Bible that will tell the story of our forefathers, how they ruled themselves, how we were worshiping God, how we knew God, how our relationship with God. Don't insult my forefather by saying they didn't know God. Let us go and discuss that behind and come back and tell the world. The way they came back and say, oh, we have a culture in 1977. I want the generation to come and say, we have a Bible. And this is it. And we need to celebrate this. Let's start, Nigeria, by celebrating the first. Let me tell you, those of you watching me today, I know you're going to copy this and go and run away with it. I don't mind. That's what I do it for. Go and celebrate a festival, a cultural festival that will be headed by the kings. The kings are the people who are celebrating. They will come with their food, with their religion, with their dance. One kingdom, another kingdom, another kingdom. A week celebration. And you see how much Nigeria will make from tourism. So you that is the Ministry of Culture that doesn't know you can make money. Nollywood is there for you as a gift. Music is there for you. But the true one, you need money. It's there. It's this one I'm talking about. My name is Daddy Chris, and that's where I'm going to end the show. I'll be here again tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very more difficult one because I'm not going to be pleasant. Was that pleasant today? I don't know. But that's me. That's my job. I do what I do. I do without fear of favor. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. And like you should have always say, follow us on our social media handle. Yeah? Do what you have to do to be with us. Let me say this again. If you need a ride in Abuja, give them a call. Because you get the best trip. I mean, you're going to get a ride, a driver to yourself that will drive you around for your stay. You don't need to call boat all the time that will charge you some amount of money. The driver will be relaxed, stay with you, do your thing. He will wait for you, take you wherever you want to go, eat with you, take you back to your hotel, wherever you stay. Of course, we actually have accommodation as well. So, but that's what we provided for you now. Your hospitality in Abuja is now covered by SRTV. My name is Daddy Chris. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time. Unless my guests are able to come up with something different. We will be here again to rock the floor while we take a look at ourselves. Like I said, this is the show where we talk to each other about ourselves. I do it notoriously. I annoy you in the process, but I'm here to preach a gospel of a better humanity. Thank you very much for joining me. See you guys tomorrow.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay. SRTV Logistics is here. Are you into a restaurant business? We are here to help you move your goods from one place to another. If you're moving your goods out of the country or within the country, you can come to us. Trust us to handle your deliveries with the utmost care and professionalism, ensuring your items reach their destination safely and on time. Don't settle for anything less. We're part of the global supply chain of helping goods to move from one point of origin to the point of consumption according to the needs of customers. You can contact us with the numbers on the screen or email us at logistic@superiorradioandtelevision.com.
SRTV.